please show some love for Dave Membrilla.
Keep that going for Spider. Keep that going for Spider. Yeah, where are my drinkers? If you're drinking, raise your glass. Let me see them. Maybe raise them up high. Drink up for me, because the doctor made me quit, man. He said I was drinking too much. I went in for a physical, found out my blood type was Jack Daniels. You believe that? I haven't been to a liquor store in 3 months. They put out a silver alert for me. Bless their hearts. Well, it's great to be here. Before we get started, how about a big round of applause for Brian Huffman for bringing live comedy. And you know what? You've had great bands, no doubt. You probably had great karaoke. But you know what? I haven't heard of a bar here in Benson that brings live comedy. So another round of applause for Brian. If you like it, we'll bring more comics. And just great. Thank you, Brian, for letting us have that. You know what I did? We have the mayor here, right? Are you, the mayor's in the back? Oh yeah, okay. I specifically wrote some jokes for Benson if I could share them with you. I had a trucker friend.
Please don't.
I had a trucker friend from Benson, and he quit trucking to collect Social Security. Now he's semi-retired. That's a good Benson joke. And I swear, Benson is crazy because we had lunch earlier at one of the little diners. I went to the bathroom, and right above the urinal it said, "Please flush twice because Tombstone needs the water." Oh man, it's been great. Let me see what else I got. I am I grew up in Coolidge, Arizona. Actually, that was my first teaching job, Coolidge, Arizona. I was a marching band director down there. Are you all from the Tombstone, Tombstone, Benson area? Do you guys know Hilbert Burnell?
Hell yeah.
Okay, Hilbert was a good friend of mine. I was the band director in Coolidge. And
You're
Hilbert
all
was
busted.
one of the older guys that used to take care of me. And Coolidge is a little hick town, a little farming town, you know. And those kids had talent. They could march, they could play an instrument, and chew tobacco all at the same time. And that was just the girls. I'm telling you, it was great. So I hope to see. I know that he spent some time. I think he's from Benson, right? Or he lived in Tombstone. I'd like to see him again before any of us, either one of us, pass on. So that's cool. That train. Oh my gosh, that train! Is that like... How does everybody sleep here? Does anybody get any sleep?
Which are the 70 today?
Okay, Mr. Mayor. Oh, let me tell you this one, the theme. Have you guys ever seen the theme?
Yes.
On the way in, we were coming from Deming, T and I call him T, Spider and and we stopped off, we wanted to see the thing. There was a homeless guy outside, said, $5 to see the thing! $5 to see the thing. I said, do we pay you or do we pay inside? You can pay me. We paid him $5. He dropped his pants and showed us his thing. Let's see. What else I got? I did that one. I did that. I saw the sign. Oh, your sign here in Benson. I saw a sign. Welcome to Benson. And the same sign said, "Thanks for visiting." That's how small this town is. And like I said, we had a Baskin Robbins 31 flavors in Coolidge. It was such a small town, they only served vanilla. Okay. Let me see what that. Oh, Coolidge. Is Benson right wing or left wing?
Right.
Right wing. Okay. So, how many liberals does it take to screw in a light bulb? 0, because they're still waiting for the government to do it for them. Okay, if you would have said left wing, I would have said, how many conservatives does it take to screw in a light bulb? We'll never know because they're too busy screwing everybody else. I'm just
You screw in the light bulbs, we'll screw up.
I got some jokes for you. Let me see. I got some more. I got some other. Oh, what city in southern Arizona has the most Mexicans? Food City. Mr. Mayor, I have one for you. What does the term beating around the bush mean at a town council meeting? It means that the hookers have crabs.
Crabs?
between the Cochise County Jail and the dentist's office. The term cavity search, it hurts more in jail. I have some military jokes for you that I wrote for Brian. Okay, Brian, because Brian's in the military. How about a big round of applause for Brian and anybody else in the military? Yeah, thank you for doing that. Okay, what is a Twitter saying that can save a soldier's life? Retweet!
That was for you, Brian.
What does old popcorn and the Army have in common? Stale kernels. Let me see what else I got. Said that one, said that one, said that one. Okay. 4 Machuca jokes. Here's that. How can you tell if a bomb fizzled out? You have to see for yourself. And then you see, I said that one. I still got more. I haven't even got a microphone.
Bring some more, Benson.
Okay.
More
What
Brian
keeps
jokes.
midgets out of the military? They're little armies. Those are cute. You can tell those around town. What do army privates and a plumber have in common? The term active duty. What do you do with an army recruit who cries and whines all the time? You put him in the infantry. Come on, that's a good one. Okay.
Unless you're infantry.
UV fans or ASU fans? UV. Okay. What has more DNA than the walls of a Motel 6? An ASU cheerleader's panties. Oh, that's terrible. All right, that's my Benson stuff. How about a round of applause? Thank you very much.
That's you.
It is great to be here. It really is. I got to tell you, I'm just excited. There's a great vibe about this bar. I'm digging it. I got to tell you, on a sad note, though, I just got dumped by a girl I've known since the 7th grade. Oh, thanks for giving a shit, folks. Really. Okay, let's try this. Let's practice.
Sounds like an old story.
Okay, who are you? Are you like Otis Campbell?
You're telling me about your
Are
7th
you the guy
grade?
in the Circle K that just sits there and yells out shit?
I'm
Give me a corner, I yell at you.
guy up the fin.
You're telling me
Anyway,
about
we're
your
gonna try this.
7th grade?
Everybody say ah at the same time. Ah. We're gonna try this again. You're gonna feel some sympathy for me. Okay, I tell you it's a bad day. I just got dumped by a girl I've known since the 7th grade. Well, she's in the 8th grade now, but we're still friends. Oh, pedophile jokes. Okay, my Epstein stuff is gonna go over real well today. All right. Oh man, I've been getting bombarded by a grip of emails from a site called ChristianSingles.com. Have you heard of them? Find the love of your life, ChristianSingles.com. Join ChristianSingles.com. Find your soulmate, ChristianSingles.com. Man, I was getting 7 or 8 emails a day. I got sick of it. So I decided to join, and I signed up as Satan. They paired me up with my ex-wife. You believe that? Oh man, she may have been the devil, but I miss her Beelzebubs. That's all I'm saying. She may have been the devil, but I miss her Beelzebubs. That's all I'm saying. Is this thing on? Okay. I've been getting in a lot of trouble lately. A lot of trouble with my wife the other night, and you might have seen this story. We're in bed watching TV, and this newscast came on. Apparently some guy in California killed his wife and then skipped out to Peru. Did you hear about that story? A true story. And you would have gotten away with it had the neighbor's surveillance camera not caught him dragging a big plastic bag with something heavy on it across a concrete.
Yeah, that's a
You see that? Yeah, across a concrete sidewalk out to his car. And my wife is like, "Are you watching this? This is horrendous. I can't believe this. Oh my gosh, this is terrible." And I'm looking at the TV and I asked her, I said, "Did they say where he got the bags?" And she got mad at me and I'm saying, "No, honey, because I've had plenty bags blow up on me just pulling them out of the container. I mean, if there's a sale on those bags, I want some." I spent the night on the couch that night. She was mad at me. And then all day long yesterday, I was fighting with have you ever called a big company, like a credit card company, and they outsource you to somebody like in Pakistan or the Philippines, you can't understand what they're saying. I'm not trying to be racist, it's just their accent is so hard that you don't know what they're saying. So I was fighting with the hospital all day long, and finally I got somebody to give me a number. You got to call this number. So, okay, it was a customer service number. I called the number and I get this. Good afternoon. You have reached Rashad from United Healthcare. How can I help you today? I said, Rashad, look, man, I had a procedure done at the hospital. It was an outpatient procedure. I paid my copay, and that was about 3-4 months ago. I got a huge bill from the hospital, and they're telling me that the insurance doesn't want to pay their portion. Oh, Mr. Customer, I am totally for your inconvenience. I can see your number, I can see your number, I can see your account. And I said, wait a minute, did you just call me a cunt? No, Mr. Mandela, I can see your account. You just did it 2 more times, you rat bastard. No, Mr. Mandela, allow me a 2-minute pause to put you on a brief hold, please. And my wife came in the room, and she heard all this. And she's laughing her tail off. And I'm thinking, can you believe this son of a gun? And so he comes back, he says, Mr. Membrilla, okay, like I said, I can see your account. I have it in front of me. I also have the hospital bill, take your receipt. And I'm happy to tell you that the answer you seek to your problem will be on your urine paperwork. My urine paper, I went in for hemorrhoids. What does my urine have to do with it? He says, no. Your urine statement. I'm telling you, I don't have a urine statement, no urine paper. They just give me discharge papers. No, Mr. Membrilla. Your United Healthcare year-end statement. Your urine statement. I started laughing. I said, oh my goodness, I was a little embarrassed. My urine statement. Why didn't you say so? And he heard me chuckling. He got mad. Oh, no. Mr. Membrilla, I am totally that you do not understand plain English. And I said, I do. I just don't know what the shit it is you're talking, man. Have a nice day. I mean, that was a crazy phone call. And then I had COVID for the 5th time 2 months ago. 5th time 2 months ago. And luckily I had all my inoculations up to date. Okay? But I had a lingering cough for 3 weeks. 3 long weeks. You know the cough I'm talking about. Wakes you up in the middle of the night and you can't go back to sleep. 3 weeks of that. I was irritable. I couldn't sleep at night. I finally got tired of that last night. I stumbled into the bathroom. It was dark. I opened up the medicine cabinet and I chugged what I thought was a cough syrup. Turned out to be a laxative. Hey, it cured my coughing. It cured my hacking. No more hacking for me. Because the rest of that night, I was afraid to cough. But it's great to be here. It's great to be in Benson. It's a lot cooler than it is in Tucson right now. It gets really hot in Tucson. You guys probably know that being so close. And you're probably not, second behind. But it gets so hot in Tucson that they say you can fry your eggs right there on the sidewalk. And I don't know, because I sat out there naked. It did a number of my chorizo too, let me tell you. I had eggs and eggs. That's all I'm saying. And then it's that dry heat. So your legs, the inside of your legs start chafing, and I was getting a rash. And so I was looking all over the house for some talcum powder. No talcum powder anywhere. The closest I got was a box of Biscuit in the cupboard. That's all I had. So I poured some of that down my shorts, and an hour later I had pan de huevo. That's right. Pan de huevo. Okay. But no, man, I had a chance to. We just came back from Mexico. I had some New Mexican food. That chili is hot. Anybody ever had Hatch chili?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I love hot stuff. Hot Mexican food. Oh man, pico de gallo, pico de culo. I will eat all that stuff. And anybody Spanish in here? Because my Spanish stuff is good. Any Mexicans in here? Okay. All right. Well, welcome to Minority Night here at.
Puerto Rican.
Are you Hispanic?
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican. Okay, that's all right. That's
Similar.
similar.
Just
Yeah.
completely different.
Yes, similar but different. Yes, sir.
Completely different.
Completely. I agree with you there. Completely.
But I'm Spanish.
Okay. Well, laugh at the jokes then, sucker. Okay.
Back to the Mexican jokes.
My mom made a hot salsa. Ask me how hot was it?
How hot was it?
Every time he farted, the AC kicked on. You can tell how hot the salsa was by how cold the room got. But I'm a foodie. I like to eat. They did tell you it's adult humor, right? Your guys are okay with that? Yes? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
See.
I will eat anything but Chinese food because I don't like Chinese food. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I had a bad experience with it. But what's odd is I have an attraction to Asian women. Chinese women are just, I love Chinese women. And I mean, I've dated at least 4 or 5 in my lifetime. And I was in love, but they broke up. Well, they didn't last very long because they all wanted me to perform oral sex. And I couldn't do it because I get gassy when I eat Chinese. Plus, I'm hungry a half hour later. Anyway, but I will date any woman out there. It doesn't matter to me, whatever culture, except I will not date a Mexican chola. Do they have cholas here in Benson? You know, the ones, the lowrider cholas? I mean, they scare me. Think about it. They shave their eyebrows, but they keep their mustache. I don't get that. And you know, I don't know what it is, if I had a bad experience or not, but I've never acquired a taste for Chinese food. But I will tolerate the smell of a Chinese restaurant for the sake of fortune cookies. I love fortune cookies. And I'm known for making fortune cookies runs. I'll run into a Chinese restaurant, grab a bunch of fortune cookies, and run out before they chase me. You know, they chase me down the street. I jumped in the car and did that the other day. I broke up a fortune cookie, and I was eating the cracker. I was eating the cookie, trying to read the fortune, but it was in Chinese. I don't speak Chinese. But on the bottom, it said in English translation and back. So I flipped it over, and my fortune said, learn Chinese, don't fuck. We have clap your hands if you've been to downtown Tucson. There's a sandwich shop on 4th Avenue. I'm sure you've seen it. Don't shout out the name. Let me get the story down. I didn't understand what the name of it because there's no name on the top of it. Like you have Pages Balance, you know, names around here. What it has is a double door. It has a picture of a buffalo on one side and a picture of a witch on a broom on the other. And I couldn't, buffalo witches, what is that? Buffalo, I don't get it. Buffalo witches. What is it? My wife said, it's a play on word. Bison witches. Bison witches. It's dumb as my ex-wife. But they have great sandwiches, like the toasted cheese, something as simple as a grilled cheese. It's to die for. And they give you like chips with every meal. You get plain chips, barbecue chips. My favorite are the jalapeno flavored chips. My wife, without favor, she will order the salt and vinegar flavored chips. Salt and vinegar. That's not a flavor. That's a douche, right, guys? I mean, think about it. Tastes the same. She might as well get that big old red bag that her nana has hanging in the shower and dip her chips in that. Some of these I just do for me, folks, I'm telling you. We have a new addition to the family. Welcome to a new addition. We got a new dog. Dog lovers out there. Make some noise. Yeah, and you know, we got a dog as a companion for our older dog because our older dog lost her companion about 3-4 years ago. And she's gained weight. She just lies around the house now. So we thought we got to get her something else. And so we couldn't get her a puppy because puppies are too rambunctious. Couldn't get her another dog because that'd be 2 fat asses lying around the house. 3 if you include me. And so we got a dog about 1.5 years, 2 years old. 2 years, 2.5 years old. Still got some pup in him. Okay? But what's funny is that the dog will growl at the older dog for getting close to its bowl. It won't share anything. It's stingy. Won't let it close to its water dish. Won't share its toys. Won't share its snacks. I'm pretty sure it's a Doberman Pinchy. That's all I'm saying. Because it's pretty peachy. But it does it's gotten very, very comfortable with us. Where the wife and I were watching TV, we're sitting on the couch watching TV, and the dog was lying right there below us at our feet, and we could hear him purring because he was snoring. We said, and I thought, oh man, how cute is that? And then about 5 minutes later, he started making a noise that I can only relate to the Tasmanian devil from the Looney Tunes cartoon. You know, we thought it was having a nightmare. We looked over, and he was going to town on his gonads. He was like, licking them up, and my wife starts laughing. She says, "Do you think you can do that?" I said, "Hell no, it'd probably bite me." Well, I don't know if Spider told you or not, but I do hypnosis shows. I'm a hypnotist. I do comedy hypnosis shows. And sometimes things happen in my hypnosis shows that freak me out. Like I was doing and pretty much hypnosis shows they do themselves. I just get volunteers up on stage, put them under hypnosis, and we do skits. One of my favorite skits is E.T. phone home. I make them act like a Martian. And I was doing a show in Casper, Wyoming at a rodeo fair. I had some good old boys up on stage. I had one guy under hypnosis. I said, "Okay, when I snap my fingers, you're going to act like an alien. You're going to walk like an alien, talk like an alien, do everything an alien does. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I snapped my fingers. A boy jumped up and started speaking Spanish. It's a different kind of alien. That's all I'm saying. Don't laugh. The sucker stole my job. That's what I mean. And when I caught on, I got to the side of the stage and I yelled, "La Niña!" He bolted out the building, man. He dropped his MAGA hat and everything. And then another show I was doing, it was an adult content show. And I had a beautiful woman. Let's pretend you guys are the stage. A beautiful woman in the front. She looked like a young Marilyn Monroe. And so I had her under hypnosis. I said, "When I snap my fingers, you're going to see me butt naked." Now, I was fully clothed. But in her mind, that's how she was going to see me. So I said, "Ready? 1, 2, 3. And I gave her one of these. And I could hear the audience was laughing. I could hear her pointing, and I could see her pointing and giggling. And so I told her, I thought to myself, I'm going to give her a crotch shot. So I turned around, and she says, "Oh, were you swimming?" Get off my stage, you wench. But you know what? Sometimes things happen during my therapy sessions. Hypnosis works. It does. It'll help you quit smoking. It'll help you lose weight. It will help you get rid of fears and phobias. I have a ton of clients at home. But things happen even in my whole hypnosis sessions, my therapy sessions, that make me take a step back and, "Oh, I didn't expect that." I had this black gentleman come see me because he's nice guy, late 30s, early 40s, blind, born blind since birth. But he came to me because he played beautiful piano. And his dream was to be able to play all over the world. But he suffered from stage fright, couldn't play in front of people. It was an easy fix. All I did was put him under hypnosis. And I said, "Okay, when I count to 3, you're no longer going to be afraid to play in front of people. You're no longer going to have stage fright. In fact, when I count to 3, I'm going to snap my fingers, and from that moment on, every time your fingers grace the top of piano keyboard, you're going to become the best black entertainer the world has ever seen. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I snap my fingers. He jumps up and says, "What? I'm black?" It's all right. You can laugh. The black guy laughed. But I am from Tucson, Arizona, on the south side of Tucson. Anybody from Tucson know Tucson? Oh, really? Okay. I grew up on the south side, tough neighborhood. So tough, the local YMCA stood for "Your Mom was a crack addict." That's how bad it was. Just to give you an idea, some guy down the street had a yard sale, sold everything in the house. He didn't even live there. Little Mexican barrio, man. Everything in the barrio was Mexican. My first dog was a rescue from Mexico. At least that's what they told us at the shelter when we picked her up. But it was confirmed that first time I gave her some leftover chorizo, she asked me for a tortilla. And a side of beans. Can you believe that? And she did it in Spanish. No, it's confirmed even more. Somebody left the gate open, and she got out. Couldn't find her for 2-3 days. Finally caught up with her a week later in a Walmart parking lot. She was selling tamales. That's how we knew, folks. Don't laugh. She stole my job. Come on in, Kenny. Sit down. Can we get you anything like a watch? Oh, man. But you know, it was a little Mexican barrio. And I remember as a kid, our families would take us back and forth to Mexico because stuff was cheaper to buy in Mexico. You could buy groceries, you could buy school clothes, furniture, gas. Remember, gas was way cheaper in Mexico. Even now, you can get prescription drugs cheaper in Mexico than you can here. You know, if you don't have good insurance, Go to Mexico, they'll hook you up. But it's Mexico. You never know what you're going to get, right? So I took my wife to Rocky Point. We were down there in Puerto Peñasco. I wanted to surprise her. So I went to a drugstore. I bought some Viagra. For 4 hours, my arm was like this. I couldn't even pee. My arm was so stiff. For 4 hours, she kept asking me, do you have a question? What? But I'm very proud to be Mexican. Thanks for giving a shit, folks.
Carlos, clap more.
A lot of my Anglo friends, are you Mexican? Look, are you Hispanic? And you're Hispanic? There's 3 of us. That's enough for a revolution. Watch out. Be careful. My Anglo friends say, you're not a real Mexican. You were born here. That makes you like a Chicano or like Hispanic. So I decided to combine those 3 words, Mexican, Chicano, Hispanic, so now when people ask about my ethnicity, I can tell them, you see, Mexican, Chicano, Hispanic, I think that makes me a mechanic. Oh, you know some mechanics, good for you. But I get to tour all over the place. I love touring. I just came back from, my favorite place to tour is El Paso. Anybody from El Paso? Oh, good, let's talk about that for a while. Because in El Paso, everything is Mexicanized. I swear, I ate at a Chinese-Mexican restaurant called Chingasus. What's up with that? Right there in the corner of Orale and Punto Cabron Way, right there. And the best thing about El Paso is right across the way, Juarez. You can get anything you want in Juarez, you know what I mean? Anything you want. You know what I thought about, sir? You ever been to Juarez? You know what they call the Virgin in Juarez? Liar. Beachy liar, you know, virgin. But I'll tell you what they also have. They have the nastiest titty bars in the world in Juarez. I'm telling you, nasty. The last time we were there, I built up clientele going back and forth to El Paso to comedy shows. Some of the guys are friends of mine. They found out it was my birthday last time I was gigging there. They wanted to take me to one of these places in Juarez. And I said, well, I got to check with my wife. And I was begging, please say no, please say no. And she says, go, it's your birthday, go have fun. I can't be there with you, go. So they took me to one of these titty bars down there, and you know, they don't care what the women look like that work for them, it's terrible. I mean, you can smell the stench from the parking lot, that's how bad it is. And you get in the doors, you don't want to touch anything, everything is sticky, oh my God. And so we found a place to sit, they pitched it for a lap dance, and they got a girl to come over, girl gave birth right there at my table. There was menudo everywhere, I'm telling you. I had to send the nachos back to the kitchen, it was bad. But I love touring, man, I love touring, going all over the place. I just came back from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Anybody from Milwaukee? Okay, well, you know who was famous in Milwaukee? Was Jeffrey Dahmer. Remember Jeffrey Dahmer? Yeah, and so I saw the Netflix special. I was anxious to book the gig. I even came in a day early. And they picked me up at the airport. They said, hey, gig's not till tomorrow. What do you want to see? We got nice beer gardens. We got some nice restaurants. I said, take me by where Jeffrey Dahmer lived. I want to see where he lived. He said, can't. I said, no, because when all that craziness happened back in the 90s, the landlord had his apartment building bulldozed, torn down. It's not there anymore. I was bummed. He said, but check it out. The landlord kept the refrigerator where Jeffrey Dahmer had all his victims' body parts. Can you believe that? And he said he's selling it on eBay to the highest bidder. Isn't that crazy? And then the guy asked me, do you want to buy it? I said, hell no, I don't want to buy it. Probably costs an arm and a leg. Come on, that was a good one. I don't care what your pronoun is. That was funny. Oh, man. I'll do comedy anywhere. I did a comedy gig in Nogales, Arizona. I was craving some seafood. And I didn't know where to go because it's mainland, you know, how fresh is it going to be. So I called a buddy of mine who was a Border Patrol agent, because who knows better than cops and Border Patrol agents, like, where to be, right? You know, who's not going to spit in their food? Any Border Patrol agents or ex-cops or anything like that here? Okay, let's talk about those suckers. Anyway, he recommended a place, and it was nice. It was clean, big. Some of his Border Patrol agents were already there. Apparently, the catch of the day was a family of 6. They all look like jumbo shrimp being wheeled out to the van there. Write these down. You're going to be telling them again. I'm telling you. We had our 50th class reunion not too long ago, and I was excited. Woohoo! 50th year class reunion, party on! Woohoo! It sucked. Because I was homeschooled. Freaking mom didn't even show up, man. That's some bullshit right there. And she was my prom date. No, I'm kidding. I went to Buffalo High School, class of 77, and we did have a reunion. I haven't gone to most of the reunions because, and I couldn't remember why until I got there. It was really awkward because my classmates, the girls, never took me seriously in high school because I was a joker. I had to get a girlfriend that didn't know me because I'd ask them out. Hey Jill, you want to go to the movies? Oh, David, you're so funny, making jokes. Hey Linda, how about going to the prom with me? Oh, David, there you go again, you silly boy. And they were all there at the reunion. And that's when I thought, oh man, that's why I didn't come to the other ones. So it was awkward. And so they approached me and said, hey, we hear you do comedy. You know, we want you to open the show. We don't have a master of ceremonies. And I thought, here's my chance to get even. So I welcomed everybody. Hey, welcome to the reunion. We're the survivors. We survived COVID. We're still here. Round of applause. And everybody clapped their hands. They were excited. And I turned to the guys and said, wow. I remember when all these chicks were hot seniors. And now they're just seniors. With hot flashes. Come on, that was funny. That was funny. One girl in particular. Her name was Karen. I had a crush on her since we were freshmen. She was a cheerleader and I was in the band. I was a band nerd. But she never gave me the time of day. Just as well, because she was dumb as a bag of hammers. I swear I had her for science. She thought the Big Bang Theory was a ride home on a football bus. And I was riding the wrong bus. So that was a bad thing. You're not leaving, right? You can't leave yet? No, where you going? Where you going? Where you going? You gotta go.
Don't forget drinks.
Oh, okay. All right, come back for. Are you buying around for the house? You're supposed to be buying around for the house. Anybody have nicknames growing up as a kid? What was your nickname, sir?
Monster.
Monster? Did they still call you Monster?
A few people.
How did you get? You weren't ugly as a kid, were you?
Yeah.
Was that your parents calling you Monster?
It's just from sports.
Oh, okay. For Monster, what sports did you play?
Football, wrestling, and track.
Oh my God, football. See, I was never an athlete. I was a short, fat Mexican kid. And I was too short for football. I wasn't tall enough for basketball. And wrestling, I did it for 2 weeks. I hated having a crotch in my face. I was like a cocker spaniel smelling everything. It was bad. And so you know what my sport was? Swimming. I joined the swim team. Any swimmers here? The swim team. You know what my uniform was? A Speedo. That's what we got. And to make that, I mean, imagine a short, fat Mexican kid with a belly button the size of a quarter in a Speedo. And to make matters worse, my mom was Armenian. I had to get bikini waxes twice a week, or it looked like the chia pet coming out of the like I was holding Don King hostage, man. Fat little kid, man. And you know, the pool was heated. The pool was heated, but it was a 30-yard sprint from the locker room to the pool, and that was hoping that the gate was open, that the coach left the gate. Otherwise, me and the girls were out there holding our chi-chis. I told you I was fat. So we were holding our chi-chis. So anyway, my nickname was, I was born preemie. I spent 6 weeks in an incubator. They didn't expect me to live. In fact, I'm the only one that was born without, they gave me a first name and a last name for the headstone. That's the story that I was told, because I wasn't supposed to make it. Ha! I fooled them on. They look at me now. But my nickname was, because I was a little guy, I didn't get a growth spurt. What is up here that keeps tripping? And I haven't been drinking. They called me Squirt. My dad called me Squirt because it was a cute little nickname. I was a little guy. I didn't get a growth spurt till high school. And so, hey Squirt, how's school today, Squirt? You want to go to the ball game this weekend, Squirt? Hey, did you get your homework done, Squirt? You know, it was fitting. And I liked school. I did, except for that one day in 6th grade. It was that day that we learned about how babies were made. And you remember the health class where they get all the 6th graders in there, boys on one side, the girls on the other. The boys are giggling, and the girls are saying, shut up, this is serious. So, and the PE teachers are trying to get everybody quiet. And what struck me is that I kind of had a feeling in 6th grade how babies were made. Never gave it much thought. You know, I was too busy playing marbles or tops or jacks or anything else. And so they had visuals. That freaked me out because I never saw pictures of where everything went. And I was bummed. That was traumatic for me because I never thought about my mom giving it up to my dad. You know what I mean? And the different ways my dad could have violated her, you know. I was bummed out. I was kind of pissed off to my dad. And I remember walking home slowly that day, and I was just mad. And my dad had beat me home that day. I got home, I kicked open the door, he says, "Hey, how's my little squirt?" "Dad, you can't call me that anymore." Obvious reasons. You son of a bitch. No, but my dad and I were cool. In fact, he passed away not too long ago, but you know what I loved about him is that he got to that age where we all get to, some of you guys may be there now, where you don't give a shit about anybody. You don't care what they think, you don't care what you do, you don't care who you offend. You're going to live life on your terms, right? I mean, am I right? Are you with me? Clap your hands if you're with me. Yeah. His big thing was he used to come to the door wearing nothing but his underwear. That was it. No t-shirt, nothing. And if he had socks, they were different colors. And you know, he had that belly where his nipples were folded over and his belly button was real big. He looked like an old Chinese guy trying to whistle. And he would come to the door just like that. He scared the hell out of Jehovah's Witnesses, I'm telling you. And so one day I came over, "Dad, let me in." "Come on in, son." He's walking around, parading around the house. "Dad." His underwear was older than I was, and it had hung to the ground and just holes all over. "Dad, go put some shorts on, Pop. I can see those things. They look like a couple bruised avocados. Pop, go put something on." And he's getting mad. "This is my house. I can do whatever I want." Then he said, "Wait a minute. Weren't you a Star Trek fan as a kid?" "Yeah." "Here's the mothership." But that was it, man. And he didn't, I said, "Come on, Dad. Seriously, look, Pop, you're leaving a snail trail right here on the carpet. Go put something on." Thing looked like a yaki slingshot. And now my kids make fun of me because I walk around the house with just my underwear. But you know, it's a different time. My dad taught us how to be a man. He taught us character. Remember having to do chores as a kid? Remember that? You know, you wanted money, you did chores. You wanted more money, you did more chores. That's just the way it was. Nowadays, parents just give their kids money. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. And kids are smart asses. They're smart asses nowadays. I remember I asked my dad for $10. "Dad, can I have $10? And he always said, "What do you think, I shit money?" That was his answer. But "Dad, we get a hamburger. Can we get a soda that we can share upon? What do you think, I shit money?" I mean, it was like that for anything. There was no talking back. There was no questioning. There was that was it. There was a period on the end of that sentence. My son asked me for $50 the other day. I said, "Dad, can I have $50? And my dad came out of me. "What do you think, I shit money?" He says, "I don't know, but can I clean your ass for some change?" Smart asses, I swear. I got pulled over by a young cop in my neighborhood, about early 30s. And, oh, let's let that train go. Okay, let him howl. Go ahead. Jack on my joke, you sucker. Early 30s, and he was just a smart ass. And I did everything I could to get out of that whole mess. I didn't want a ticket. I was yes sir, no sir. You know, anything I could to keep from getting a ticket. But he was still being a jerk. And so the final straw was when he took my license, started making fun of my age. "You were born in 1959? Whoa! You could have been my father." I said, "Show me pictures of your mom, I'll tell you." "I'm sure I recognize parts of her. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?" But the one thing those kids nowadays will have over us, and I gotta be honest with you, is better. Remember we just had 3 channels as a kid on TV. If you got that one with the snow, you had to sit there trying to figure out what they're, and you had to change the channel with a pair of pliers. Remember that? Now they got Netflix and they got Roku and Tubi and all that stuff. And They have series. Have you seen these series like Better Call Saul? Forget about it, man. You get hooked. It's like crack cocaine, man, to somebody our age. We get hooked up. The Cobra Kai, oh my God, forget about it. I've been into that series called Alone. Have you seen that series? Alone. It's called Alone. It's a wilderness survival show where they drop people off different parts of the wilderness. You got to learn how to fend for yourself. You got to learn how to make your own fire, build your own shelter. It's like camping on steroids. But these people will eat the nastiest stuff you can imagine. You know, like they'll eat insects and bugs and worms and anything else you might find in a Philly Barrels burrito. Anyway, I was watching the show the other day, and this guy was starving so bad that he killed a rabbit and he ate it raw. Can you imagine? Killed a rabbit and ate it raw. They had to get him off to the island. He got a little sick, got a little constipated. I think they took him to the hospital. I think he died. The doctor said he had a wild hair up his ass. Come on, that was funny. My wife, she thinks she's funny. She does. The other night, she was half asleep, and I was feeling frisky. And so I was nudging her a little bit, see if I can get her to wake up, make a little love to me. She said she was too tired. I'm too tired. I'm too tired. Then she told me, go ahead and have Star Wars sex. Star Wars sex? What is that? You know, Han Solo. I said, oh man, I don't even get a little Chewbacca out of this thing. That's just mean. But she's a snorer. And she didn't use to snore. She gained weight. So she got that, what is it, sleep apnea? You know what I'm talking about? Anybody have a spouse that has sleep apnea? They have to use a machine. She has a big diagnosis, but you can tell by her snoring pattern that she's got sleep apnea. She snores so loud that neighbors come over to complain. I'm telling you, it's bad. And you know, I tell you, as bad as her snoring is, as scary as it is, there's nothing scarier than the sound of her not snoring. You know what I mean? That's scary. Her not snoring. Sometimes I gotta pull the pillow off her face and check her thumb. Just make sure I didn't take it too far. You know what she does that drives me crazy? She's been in this habit. I don't know if your wife does it. She'll ask me a question and then leave the room before I can answer it. Oh, that pisses me off. I get so mad. The other day, I was zoned in on a football game. She comes in, she says, how was the doctor's appointment? Huh? What? And I'm thinking, I had a couple. Which one is she talking about? I look up and she's gone. I said, oh, hell no. So I followed her into the hallway. The doctor said I should be able to sleep in as long as I want. Have breakfast ready for me the minute I wake up. Have a woman at my beck and call. And be tucked in at night. So she put me in a nursing home. Shut up, I gotta be back by 11 tonight. But yeah, I'm getting old. And you know what she does still to this day, she's done it ever since we're married. She doesn't wear pajamas, she doesn't wear a nightgown to sleep. She goes to my dresser and she gets my favorite t-shirt and she puts it on because she says she wants to feel me next to her on her body. And so she always gives me the t-shirts, but they always come back with those chi-chi stretch marks like this. And now I fit in them bastards. Can you believe it? And it sucks getting old, man. It sucks. I'm at that age where acid reflux is a flavor. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, it just sucks getting old. Your body changes. I mean, you wouldn't think to look at me now, but at one time I was buff. And now I'm buffet. And your body changes. If you guys are over, clap your hands, you're over 55. Let's say 55. So if you guys, okay, it's my age, I'm older than 55, I'm not going to tell you how old. But your body, especially if you're a guy, over 55, you have no bladder control. None. I dribble more than the Harlem Globetrotters. That's all I'm saying. And that Alzheimer's, forget about it. I don't want that Alzheimer's. Man, my uncle was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Right before he was diagnosed, he came to me to borrow $1,000. And he's my uncle. What am I going to do? You know, of course I lent it to him. He doesn't remember. Ever since he got Alzheimer's, he doesn't remember. On the plus side, I've been able to collect 3 times. And then I had my first colonoscopy. Oh my gosh, forget about it. My first colonoscopy, doctor hooked me up with colonoscopy, and yeah, that's a different kind of Disneyland ride right there, I'm gonna tell you. And it was good that I had it because they did find 3 polyps and the Epstein files. I have no idea how they got it. But you know what's really bummed is that I went to the doctor and he told me I had diabetes. He says, "You have diabetes?" And I said, "Oh man, I was really bummed." He says, "You just gotta watch your A1C." I said, "How bad is it now?" He said, "Right now it's A1 sauce." And you know, it shouldn't surprise me because my siblings have diabetes. It runs in the family. I have cousins that have lost a toe to diabetes, lost their eyesight to diabetes. Last year I had a cousin that had his whole thigh all the way down his foot amputated just because of diabetes. And you know, that was a year ago. Granted, he's still alive, but he's on his last leg. Anyway, what I'm saying, that was funny. I tried every diet imaginable. Any diet imaginable, if you can imagine. I worked with a gal that used to eat and make herself throw up. What's that called? Bulimia? Or something like that. I couldn't do that. She says, "Well, try this. You'll lose weight if you eat naked in front of a mirror." I tried that. The mirror threw up. The mirror lost 10 pounds. Can you believe that? And so finally my wife put me on a high protein, no carb diet. And you know, it's too late. I was miserable. I was crying and whining all the time. She got mad. She caught me in the pantry eating a bag of Doritos. And that's it. I'm done with you. No more. You want to cheat? Cheat. I don't care. I'm done with you. And I thought, wow, cheating on a diet, I never knew that was an option. And everything was fine and dandy until I brought my girlfriend home, and then all hell broke loose. Now I'm the bad guy. But you know what? We men cry about having to lose weight, about trying to get in shape, and women never get they never get their due desire, their due, you know, they never get what their respect. They don't get the respect. They have our kids. They have 5, 6, 7, you know, if you're Mexican, 11, 12, 13, you know, a ton of kids. And their body gets torn up and they never get it back to where they want it to be, and they know that. How about a big round of applause for the ladies? Please, please. They are the stronger sex. We couldn't do that. I mean, I know what it's like to have a 6-inch turd just leave my body. It hurts. And anyway, I don't know where that came from, sorry. I think that there's a certain age that women should stop having babies though, because it can't be dangerous. I mean, there's a health factor there, you know. And just because. My sister gave birth at 52. Her milk came in as cottage cheese. The only way we can get the baby to eat is throw a side of peaches on a bed of lettuce. Something to wash it down with. That was funny. That was funny. But you know, I wanted them. COVID almost killed us. COVID almost killed us, right? And you know, it wasn't just the disease. Sometimes the boosters, everybody had a lot of side effects, like from the boosters. My wife never had a problem with migraine headaches. She got the booster and she has migraine headaches for life. The next door neighbor never had a problem, and she got the booster. She started complaining about cramps on the inside of her legs. Me, I got the booster. I got an STD. I have no idea how. I'm pretty sure it was COVID though. Right. Remember, did it happen here where people ran out of toilet paper? People were hoarding toilet paper. They weren't hoarding water, not food. They were hoarding toilet. We had a bootlegger in our neighborhood quit selling booze after hours to sell toilet paper, 40 bucks a roll. He would sell like a 4-pack for like 65 bucks. It was supposed to be a deal. And I got tired of paying that kind of money, so I got smart. That Christmas, I saved all the tamale husks. Hey, we were raw, but we were clean, Jack, let me tell you. And then I had money for Christmas that year, I'm telling you. I got to tell you this story, then we'll sing some songs for you and get out of here. Is that right?
Yes.
Thank you. It has nothing to do with COVID, but in Mexico City, they have public restrooms, and in these public restrooms, they charge you 50 cents to use them. In Mexico City, in Guadalajara, some of the bigger cities there, and there's a lady outside to give her 50 cents. She tears off 3 squares of toilet paper, and that's what they give you. You've been there, you know what I'm talking about. And she handed it to me, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do with this? I can't even blow my nose with this. And the lady's laughing, Luckily, I didn't have to use the facilities for that reason. But I was making jokes. Just then, a big old fat dude, big old nalgón, big old ass, big old panza is walking by. And he's slowly walking, it's like he's waddling by. And I wait for him to get far enough that I can ask, what do you do when somebody has an ass like that? And without skipping a beat, I'll translate in English. He says, Senor, the asses may be different, but the holes are all the same. That was funny! You guys having a good time? You guys having a good time? Okay. Well, thank you again for coming out to the show and bear with it. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you supporting Light Comedy. You guys have been a great little crowd. I learned to play guitar playing with my dad and my tios, my uncles. They would play in the backyard, a little campfire. I'd be asleep. And I'd hear them singing. I'd grab my little Mickey Mouse guitar, run out there, and I'd start singing. And before you know it, I'd see a tear start to welt up in my dad's eye. Dad, you all right? Yeah, I'm fine, son. I'm fine. What's the matter, Dad? You can't sing worth a shit, Nigel.
Squirt.
And we used to always ask I used to ask my dad, hey, Dad, can you sing us a lullaby or a nursery rhyme? You know, put us to sleep. No, come on and go to bed. Man, just go on, a little nursery rhyme. All right. He was notorious for never learning the words. So he'd sing something like this. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb till they had a barbecue. Now go to sleep, okay, Dad? But I used to like to do the same. I used to play nursery rhymes. I'm a school teacher, 45 years. Any school teachers there? Oh, great. I'm the only idiot that chose that profession. All right. But I would play nursery rhymes for the little kindergarten kids. And I was working. I had a job teaching on the reservation. And everything's so politically correct now. It's just silly. They made me change the word to a nursery rhyme that we've known all this time. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little casino owners. 4 little, 5 little, 6 little casino owners. 7 little, 8 little, 9 little casino owners. Soon they'll get all their land back. Thank you, thank you. I wrote this song for a friend of mine. There's a friend that he just has the worst luck. In fact, when I have a bad day, I'll call him up just to feel better. And so this song is dedicated to him because this is his whole life in a nutshell. It's called Boy Don't It Suck to Be Me. Well, I answered one of those dating ads I'd seen in a magazine. She was 5'2", 100 pounds or so, and looked good in a pair of jeans. So I called her up, we made a date. When I got there about turned green, she had hair on her chest and hair on her face and breath like Valvoline. Oh, boy, don't it suck to be me. Boy, don't it suck to be me. Well, her feet and hands, they both were bloated. Her face looked like her head exploded. Boy, don't it suck to be me. Well, I dialed one of those 900 numbers to converse with a few hot honeys. And according to that TV gal, hell, it wouldn't cost me too much money. But when I got the phone bill, all I could do was bawl. Because I could have hired Stormy Daniels for what it cost to make that call. Oh, boy, don't it suck to be me. Yeah, boy, don't it suck to be me. Well, I once had a dog who wouldn't fetch her bed when all it would do was hump my leg. Boy, don't it suck to be me. So I bought a ticket for the lottery and just about ran out of luck. And I told the Lord that if I won that sucker, I'd give the church at least $1. Well, that night he announced the numbers as I was washing my blue jeans. Just then I pulled the crumpled pieces of the winning ticket out of the washing machine. Oh, boy, don't it suck to be me. Yeah, boy, don't it suck to be me. Well, my wife couldn't let me for another gal. They drained my bank account as well. Boy, don't it suck to be me. Everybody sing with me. Boy, don't it suck to be me. Thank you very much. Tony, can you mind fetching my goodies? They're in this room. I forgot about them. This next song, I have a bumper sticker that I'm selling, giving us gas money for our trip home. I'm not even going to tell you the name of the song. You'll hear it in the song, but I'm going to tell you the story behind it. I made it for my first wife because she was a sex fiend. Oh, she was a sex fiend. Her idea of a foursome was inviting 3 other guys. That's all I'm saying. Okay. But she liked to dress up. She would dress up like a maid or a cheerleader, and you know, just to entice me into having sex and all that. So I wrote this song for her. Now, honey, when I said let's play doctor, I didn't know you'd be such a freak. You insisted on playing a proctologist. Now I'll be sore for about a week. Now you dress up games, AC Mall the same day. I'll suck just like a vacuum cleaner. But tonight, let's play hot dog so your buns can hug my wiener. Now, wieners are kind of a funny thing. You see, they can be big or little. They can be short, fat, skinny, pretty, ugly, or crooked. Hell, some even come with cheese in the middle. Well, last night you danced with a tutu on, about as graceful as a ballerina. But tonight, let's play hot dog so your buns can hug my wiener. Here's the chorus. Let's play hot dog so your buns can hug my wiener. A little sauerkraut sprinkled all about. Hell, it can even be a chili wiener. It's not a chicken flank or a turkey flank, but I guarantee there's nothing leaner. So let's play hot dog so your buns can hug my wiener. Everybody sing, let's play hot dog so your buns can hug my wiener. Thank you very much. I have a bumper sticker with a hot dog weenie chasing a hot dog bun. And this would look good on your boss's car. So make sure you buy about 5 or 6. Put them all over his bumper. Get them mad. I'm selling them off the show. I'm also selling 3 books that I wrote on Amazon. They're 5-star. This one is a script that I put in a international script writing contest. Won first place. So it's a movie script. This is a song I wrote for people that want to be funny, learn how to write a joke. This is my first song about growing up in Tucson. I should have made it 2 or 3 volumes. It's bigger than a hotel Bible. That's the only thing it says. Come check me out. This last song I wrote for my wife because she's the love of my life. The other thing is fast food. I like burgers, so I married a Whopper. Her wedding band was an onion ring. When we made love, well, nothing could stop her. She made my little wiener schnitzel sing. She moved her body like a malted shake. She made my Whataburger grow into a Philly steak. She had French fry fever and a Big Mac attack. She looked at my fat ass and saw a jumbo jack. A big Wendy smile, that's how I found her. So I poked her Taco Bell with my quarter pounder. Thanks a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming to the show. Thanks very much. Come see me if you got to buy one of those things. Let us get home. Thank you. How about another round of applause for Brian for putting this up? Please let him know Mr. Mayor. Kansas City Council, come down and make sure we have it. It would be great. Another round of applause for my friend Spider. Folks, he's the headliner. You got 2 headliners for the price of 1. Thank you again for coming out. Please make sure to take care of your waitstaff. I gotta tell you this one last story. Because, and how about a round of applause for her? She's awesome. The bartender. I went to bartending school. I did. It was crazy. So, it's not an easy job. It's fun, but it's not easy. See, you gotta learn all the old drinks like the whiskey sours, the steel porcelains, the Tom Collins. And nowadays they have risque names like Sex on the Beach, a slow, comfortable screw, the blowjob, you know what I mean? The first time I was bartending, a girl asked me for a slippery nipple. I pulled up my shirt and showed her mine. But it's a lot of fun. And when you're in bartending school, you get to make drinks. You get to mix up drinks and they encourage it. So we had a party and I was bartending, I was kicking ass, serving everybody, and I yelled at my wife, "Hey honey, how would you like a screaming orgasm?" She says, "Why, is the pool guy here again or what?" And we don't even have a pool. That's some bullshit right there.